From Niels Froling, we have signed him from 1860 Munich, but he is still an incredible player.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Borderline Glory here with Servette. In today's episode, 2 games coming up. The first, not against young boys, but against old boys in the Swiss Cup, away from home in that one. And then we have a tough game coming up against St. Gallen. In 4 of our last 5 games, it feels like we're playing against the real big clubs. We've played since last time quite a few games in the league, 7 games in the league it's been. We got a win against Sion, a loss against Grasshoppers, a win in the cup. It's been 6 games in the league actually, and then a win against Lugano, and then 2 losses there, a draw. It's not been the best start for us really, but I think the team is looking very good, and when they start to gel, I think the team is actually quite exceptional, if I'm going to be honest. Some of the slight depth we have and some of the players we've got, even the signings we've made. I mean, just take a look at this, by the way. We have 5.75 million euros left to spend, and we even spent a lot. If we're going to take a look at the transfer history, the players who we brought in, so obviously we brought in Froling. The next player we brought in was Silas Ostrinsky. There you go. That was a bit of a tough one, might have a tongue twister there. Ostrinsky comes in, very, very good looking goalkeeper, 198 centimeters. He comes in from Karlsruhe there, but he was a Dortmund academy product, as you can see. Looks like a very good player with lots of potential, and for a fee of 300,000, I think he's a good player to bring in on loan only for 5 months, which is a bit frustrating. I agreed to it because normally it's like the transfers you see are for a whole season, but Stefan Bajcetic has joined us only until January. I would ideally like to sign him in the summer because his contract does expire, so we'll have to keep a very close eye on that. He looks like quite the good player who comes into this team. Obviously you will be familiar with him, and I think this is a good move for him really. Not in that main Liverpool team, but he has played for them. He's been to a lot of different clubs as well in there, and I think it's a very, very good signing to have made. The next player and the final player for now who we've brought in is Sonali Diamandi. He comes in Côte d'Ivoire international, Ivory Coast international. He's played many seasons, particularly with Lyon, as you can see there, also with Olympiacos and Auxerre as well, as you can see there. So lots of experience, looking like a very, very good player. We got on a free deal, by the way, not the worst on the wage budget for a player of his quality as well. Overall, some very good qualities. We have made some very, very big signings. We've also got some big just players who come into this team in particular as well. Jallo, he's on the bench. He returns from injury. Is he in the team? Yeah, he is in the team now because of some injuries. Abli Jallo, as you can see there, quite a good player who we have in this team. He's got 68 caps for the Gambia, 284 appearances across all the different clubs, and has been a very good player in his time here with Servette. So this team is looking very, very healthy. It's been a bit frustrating with these games, but I'm sure if we can go and beat them in the reverse fixtures, we can have a real good go at getting a high spot in this season. The aim is to finish 6 or above in that top group, but if we can go any higher, that would be good. 3rd and 2nd do get a Conference League qualifier, and then 1st place obviously wins the title and gets Champions League, more importantly. So hopefully that is something we can go on and do. Let's go and get straight into it. The first game of the day against Old Boys. So the team for this game against Old Boys, we do have a bit of a break after, so we will be going full strength for it. Starts with Ostrinsky in goal, a backline of Joe Diamand Ramos, a youngster looking very, very good at the moment, and Caruso. We've got Masson, Bajcetic and Jallo in the midfield. We've got Froling who comes in on the left, Morandi on the right, and Aye up top. Kick off here in this game against Old Boys. You'd like to think it will be a pretty routine game for us. Old Boys, I didn't look too much into them, but obviously they're not in this top division. I would like to think they are rivals with Young Boys, considering they also have that yellow kit, but who knows really. This team on the pitch is looking very, very good. I think the tactic may need, particularly the formation, may need a bit more of a better structure. It is a little bit confusing the way it looks, but what a goal that is from Niels Froling. We have signed him from 1860 Munich, but he is still an incredible player. I knew this guy was going to be good, and to come into a team like Servette, you know, where we can make him a bit more of a main player. It's not like a downgrade, but we know his potential and we know he can play at this higher level when he gets a starting role. And already in this season he's got himself 5 goals now, or yeah, it will be, because this game's not counted yet. 5 goals and 3 assists. This guy, what a player he is, and he's just scored an absolute belter of a goal. This game will hopefully do us some good for our confidence. It's a bit frustrating really to have not won our opening games, because I feel like we were really in them. I think we just need to be a little bit more positive at times, hence why I say we probably need to do a bit more in terms of that formation. We have so much quality in the attack, and it probably will change a little bit. I think I might have just overcomplicated it a little bit in terms of what we want to do. It's kind of like, I'm pretty sure it's like a 4-4-2 in defence, but then it transitions into a 4-2-3-1 in attack, or something like that. Here's Gallen in behind with a lovely run. He looks like another one of the good players. I mean, we have so much quality in this team. We have Schreider, who got injured and is out for a couple of weeks, and Jallo comes into his place because Jallo was injured at the start of the season, so he didn't have much of a preseason and many games. He didn't really break into the team, even though we would consider him quite a star player. But there's just so many good players in this team. IA up top, we've got Froling on that left hand side. Miranda, who's had a good start as well, 4 goals, 5 assists for him across the season. These guys as well, they're not too young, which I don't think is a negative thing, 31 years of age. We've also got 28, 29 year olds in this team, and I think that's just positive. Here's by Cecic with a shot, he just puts that over the bar in the end. 29 years of age, all these guys arguably hitting the peak of their careers, which is what we want to see, mixed with a lot of youngsters as well. I mean, we can go and make these changes nice and early if we want to, really. I'm going to bring Miranda off for Kovic, who is just 18 years of age, and he looks like another very good player from these youth ranks. I'm going to make that one change there. I just wanted to show off about the youngsters that we have in this team. So much quality, even in the attack, even at the back as well. Rui Ramos, what a player he is. But then alongside Diamand, those two are going to link up really, really well. I think our wing backs look really good. Our keeper in Ostrinsky, he is a very, very capable player, and to bring in a player like Cecic alongside Masson as well, that midfield will hopefully do really, really well. I think we have some of the best players in the whole league, if I'm honest, so it's just got to click for us. Obviously new signings have come in, the team is moving around a lot, and we've had some tough fixtures start off, and we will have a tough one in our next one, top of the league, in that one there. So it is going to be a tough one, but if we can pull it off against them in St. Gallen, I want to say it's St. Gallen, I feel like it's not for some reason. Are they playing at the moment? We can go and take a look. No, they're not. I feel like St. Gallen, I'm mixing them up with the French team, but I'm pretty sure it is them, yeah, who are currently top of the table. But the thing you've got to remember as well is, it's kind of a weird one, because we got a few wins in our opening games and we're not actually doing too bad, even if we've had a few losses, because there's less teams, there's not as much movements, which I guess is a positive really. Here's Kovic in behind here, could be offside, he squares it, finds IA. Is there going to be an offside flag here? It doesn't look like it. I don't know how Kovic has not got his assist, and Florian IA gets his second goal of the season. It's been a bit of a slow start for him, but he has been very good in the games that he has played, just been very influential, even if he has not been getting the goals and linking up the attack very, very well. I'm going to look to make a few more changes here, and Joe's going to come off for Maziku down that right hand side. I'm going to bring Ouattara onto that left hand side, and then Van den Kerkhoff as well, and then I'm also going to make a centre back change. We'll bring Rui Ramos, don't want to risk any injuries, anything unnecessary here in the final parts of this game, one that we have been very, very good in. Could have got a few more goals to show really, but we're going to go through to the next round of the Swiss Cup, which I assume will be the quarter final now, which was the aim expected by the board, and that has been a very, very good display. The full-time list is going to go, and maybe in the next episode we'll have a Swiss Cup quarter final. Maybe we can even win this trophy. And the team for this game against St. Gallen, we've got one change. We've got Ostrinsky in goal, backline of Joe Diamande. Mayete comes in for Ramos, and we've got Kadusu on the right. Masson, Cecic, Jallo make up a midfield. We've got Froling on the left, Morandi on the right, and IA up top. It's kick-off here in this game against St. Gallen. We find ourselves on the ball in the early moments of this game. Hopefully we're going to get a win in this one. It is St. Gallen who we are playing. They are currently top of the table on 20 points. We find ourselves in a respectable 5th position, but if we can get a win here away from home against the team at the top of the table, then it starts to prove what I was saying about how I think this team is very, very good. I think we showed in that last game we are very capable, and I think we do have a very capable team defensively, structuring really, really well. It's not necessarily about the press and being too intense in terms of that. It's about keeping a good structure, and I guess it's not worth there really. We have to be watching our men where they're going. That's a bit of an interesting goalkeeper kit, by the way. I just noticed. It looks like Strinsky's wearing a vest or something, but that's not the main concern right now. We go 1-0 down here in this game, and we drop down to 7th place, which is very frustrating really, considering we were in those high-flying positions. So we've got to do a little bit of work. We do have to do a bit of work if we want to go and pull this game back. We'll go a little bit more positive, try and catch out St. Gallen in the rest of this first half, doing very well for themselves. But I think the quality on the pitch, the team that we have, is very good. They should be prepared to go and win this game, but it's just not looking like it at the moment. The good thing is we do have a lot of money, and now is a good time. I think I kind of forget about it really, but you can scout players when it isn't the transfer window, and I feel like I do need to remember that, because we can start building really, really in-depth scouting reports and just find the profile player that we want. And that's a red card for Diomande there, and as if our problems couldn't get any worse here in this game. I'm going to bring Jallo off. He is quite tired already. I'm going to bring Gradit on for... I thought we had Mayete. He's on the pitch already. I got confused for a second there. Ramos is injured in this game. That is very poor from Diamand. I don't know what he's doing there, and our problems we're getting a bit worse with stuff like that. But as I've said, we can get those profiles of players exactly what we want. You've got to remember, we've not been here very long. It's not just going to settle in straight away. Even if we have the quality, the tactic is not going to get nailed on instantly. So it's something we'll have to work on really, and hopefully that is something we will go on and do. By the time next episode comes around, we will have more league games. I don't know if our cup game has been drawn or not. I will take a look after the game, because you can't go out of the game anymore whilst you're in a match, which is very frustrating. But if we do have a quarter-final, hopefully we can go and get results in that. Maybe we get a Swiss Cup win. That would be very, very fun. I would like to win our first trophy in the Swiss Cup if we can go on and do that. Here is St. Gallen, very nice kit that they do play in. There's a boy in behind for them here, and it's slotted right into that bottom left corner. And after 45 minutes of this game, we are 2-0 down away from home. Very, very frustrating. The good thing is we don't have loads of distance travelling these away games, but I guess it's not helping us at all, because we are 2-0 down at half time here in this game, and we have got a lot of work to do if we want to go and get that result. 45 minutes gone, we're going to the second half. There's an FM glitch going on here where we can't see the game until the next highlight, I believe it is. I guess we'll just have to wait this one out. Let's take a look at what we can see, and that is the energy bars. Maybe a bit more from Kadusu down that right side before he gets brought off, one of the attackers as well. There is another goal that we cannot see for St. Gallen, and they've completely run away with this game, and we've got a few issues that we need to work on. The team is settling in, and that's the key thing we can take away from this. New signings, lots of experience coming into this team. We do have a lot of money still to spend, and I didn't even show you the transfers out that we made. We had a player leave for 10 million, the midfielder. I can't remember his name now, not that is really relevant. And we also had a player who we didn't see in the last episode go out for 2.5 million or something like that. But that 10 million offer for that midfielder, I could not stand in the way of that. He was our captain and been here quite a number of years, but I'm a new manager coming in. I hardly know him. Obviously he's a good player, but for 10 million at 30 years of age, to a big club for him as well on a personal level, I could not stand in the way of that at all. Maybe if he was a player who, if it was 2-3 years down the line and we knew who he was, maybe it would be justifiable, but I just don't think it was the case. Here's Karusu though, in behind. He finds Morandi, and that is the story of our day really. He's smashed the woodwork. It's a good bit of play from Kadusu, even though he's going to come off, and I'm going to bring Van den Kerkhoff on into this game here. I want to bring IA off, although there isn't really too many options for us in the middle of the park. Maybe Varela. Do you know what? I'm going to try Varela, see what he can go and do there, because he is quite good off the left wing. Did have a bit of a starting role, but obviously dropped out for Froling at this point. I will see how he does in at strike. It gives us something a little bit different, and I guess if there's a time we want to try that to try and get back into this game, now would be the time. If we go 4-0 down here, it would be so frustrating, such a disappointing result. Defensively we should be so solid with the way that we are setting up here in this game, in these games, and possession wise. I mean, we might have more possession. We have 61%, just not effective enough in terms of the attack, whether that's because IA is not getting enough. Maybe the fullbacks need to be a little bit more influential. I feel like naturally in modern football, just fullbacks are too influential, and you've got to be able to utilise them. And I think the ones that we have in Caduceus and in Joe are good, but maybe we need to get them a little bit more advanced. Who knows? Here is Joe down that left hand side. He's going to look to advance this ball. He could be in behind here, and that has got to be better. It's the story of our episode. We have got to be doing so much better from positions like that. We've got to be patient as well, though. That's the thing we can't take away from this. We're playing against a very good team in St. Gallen. Obviously, have been notable in Europe as well. Servette are probably the best of the rest. I would like to describe them. Do get into those qualifiers, but never really get into the main European competitions, whereas some of these other teams do. But we've just got to be patient. Start building those scouting reports, build up the tactic a little bit more, and once we hit the ground running with this Servette team, I think we will be good to go. Full-time whistle is going to come up shortly here in this game. A 3-0 loss as it stands, 10 minutes remaining. We've got 2 more changes we can go and make. I'm going to bring Froling off for Ouattara, Morandi off. I'm going to bring where's he gone now? Kovic, there he is. Don't know why he was so high up there. The order of that's gone a little bit wrong, and there's our final changes here in this game. Hopefully Kovic and Ouattara can give us something a little bit different, particularly in Kovic, the youngster, 18 years of age. He can give us a completely different profile, lots of flair, lots of new ideas in the remaining parts of this game. Maybe he can steal a goal for himself, or maybe St. Gallen will just keep coming here in this game. It's just not been our day at all here. 5 minutes remaining of this game. Can we find the remaining goal, consolation goal, or whether it be the full-time whistle goes and no more goals to decide this game? 3 minutes of added time, and the full-time whistle is going to go here, and it's a disappointing loss against the league leaders. So they have it, not to be in that league game there. We do drop to 7th place, but before next time we do have some quite good fixtures against Verdun, Luzerne there as well. Sion, another game, one of our rivals. We have games against Grasshoppers as well, and Zurich, Lugano, teams who are not doing better than us, I'd like to say. Next episode, it looks like we will have the reverse fixture against Lausanne, another rivalry, and then we go against Stade Lausanne Auchi, who must be a rival to Lausanne. I don't really know. I think Auchi is a place in Switzerland as well, and we have already played them in this season in the league, not doing particularly well for themselves, so we'll have to see if we can go and pull it back and get a win in the Swiss Cup in that one. But if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you with this out tune. I'll see you all for another video soon. Make sure to join the Discord down below. Thank you. Bye bye.